Welcome to FDVN's channel. In today's video, we will introduce the new lesson, Employment Law. Listen carefully and fill in the blank. Our Employment Law Department is a specialist team. We advise on relevant law, employment policy and procedure, and the formation of employment contracts. We assist in the negotiation and settlement of disputes, and take or defend proceedings before an employment tribunal or in a civil court. Employment law usually involves a mixture of contractual provisions and legislation regulating the relationship between employer and employee and governing labor relations between employers and trade unions, for example with regard to collective agreements and collective bargaining about conditions of work. Developments in case law and changes to legislation, for example from the implementation of European Community directives, affect employers and employees alike. The practice of living and working in different jurisdictions means that lawyers also have to refer to international conventions to establish legal requirements. The main statutory rights of employees include entitlement to 1. A national minimum wage, 2. Equal pay for like work, that is, broadly similar work, 3. A written statement of employment particulars, 4. An itemized pay statement, 5. Time off and holidays. 6. Statutory sick pay, 7. A healthy and safe working environment, 8. Family and parental leave, 9. Protected rights on transfer of business to another employer, see the Transfer of Undertakings, Protection of Employment, Regulations 2006, 10. Notice of termination of employment. 11. Not to have unlawful deductions from wages, 12. Not to be discriminated against on grounds of sex, race, sexual orientation, disability, religion, age, part-time or fixed-term employment, or trade union membership. Two, make word combinations from A opposite using words from the box. Then use appropriate word combinations to complete the definitions below. 1. Sick pay, salary paid when an employee cannot work because of illness. 2. Fixed term, restricted period of employment set out in contract. 3. Trade union, organization which represents the workers, who are its members, in discussions of pay and working conditions with their employer. 4. Employment tribunal, specialist court dealing in disputes between employers and employees. 5. Employment particulars, written details of a position in a company. 6. Collective bargaining, negotiations between an employer and a trade union on terms and conditions of employment and work. Three, a lawyer is giving advice to a client about an employment contract over the phone. Replace the underlined words and phrases with alternative words and phrases from B opposite. There is more than one possibility for one of the answers. I've looked through the contract and it seems satisfactory in relation to notice of termination of employment. However, I think you should look for some adjustment on the restrictive covenant. Other than that, the terms relating to being made redundant and dismissal, with the related grievance procedure and variation of contract, are quite straightforward.